Are in order, being the first UK artist to get 10 consecutive #1 studio albums. I mean, it's a tremendous achievement. Like, we've seen this picture, Noel, and we can't work out how you feel about it. Now,
you don't look over the moon.
But that's me looking overwhelmed.
Is it?
Yeah, that was. We weren't aware of the record until like a couple of days before. The people from the chart company phoned up and asked for a quote.
All right. Yeah.
We had to go and do a count and go, my word, it is 10 #1s in a row. And I don't like to make a big deal of it, but I like to make a really big deal of it. So everything I do from the minute, I'm getting people to mention it. So
yeah, well,
I mean, yeah, I think it's fabulous. Now, the inductees have been announced for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for 2018. They are, it's quite a list, Bon Jovi, The Cars, Dire Straits, The Moody Blues and Nina Simone. Now, the criteria are that a single or album has to be released 25 years prior to the date of being inducted. We did a bit of maths, and Definitely Maybe was released in 1994, which means 2019, Oasis are in.
but it would mean
He's like,
you might have to reform for that. I mean, how would you feel about that?
I'd do it.
would you? Would you? You'd have to accept it, I guess.
I guess you'd have to accept it, yeah. That's if you accept it.
Would you?
I'm gonna say no.
But there was a hesitation.
There was.
So that's what again.
And
People talking, isn't it? You want it? You
instinct
want it?
said
Okay.
yes.
We can say yes.
Yeah.
Should we say yes?
Let's say yes.
Let's do it again and say yes, and we'll get the
Okay.
Would you
Okay.
reform? Would you reform?
Absolutely. I would be thrilled to do it.
There you go.
Ready and waiting. You heard it here
As
first.
a soundbite, use that bit. Well, whatever. You are flying high at the moment, and we're going to be
much.
talking about your new music as the evening progresses.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, no, your name or variations of it get thrown around a lot at this time of the year. Well, my name...
Around the age of 18.
Am I really? Yeah, there she is. There, look.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so all this stuff's going to be on the radar for you then, as a dad.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's a good thing. It's open to a bit of. It's open. I mean, imagine if you just like, because the clubs I used to go to used to have taxi ranks outside.
Yeah.
Imagine if you just wanted to jump the queue. See Angela. You know what I mean? You just put you straight in the cab and get home, wouldn't you? I mean, I'm not suggesting people do that. I mean, it is a very serious thing.
No, absolutely not. Take it very seriously. Who Built the Moon, your brand new album, is out now. Elton John, no less, has said it is the happiest thing he's ever listened to.
And he would know.
He would know. Was that the intention, to make a joyous record?
No, that was not going into it. I didn't know what was going to get out of it because I was writing it in the studio. But the backing tracks that I came up with just suggested things that were quite upbeat and uplifting. And it's the most difficult thing to achieve in music is to get some kind of joy in a song. It's very easy to pick up a guitar and watch the news and write about the things that are going on in the news. It's very difficult to write about the universal truths of happiness and love, I think.
Especially in that climate. Yeah.
So that was something then that you were trying to do, or not? Or is it something you've been working on for a long time to try and nail that concept? Then?
No, I when I'm writing a song, I would always try and put some kind of hope in it. Even if the song lends itself to being a bit sad, I would always try and round it off lyrically with a bit of hope in it or a bit of joy. Yeah. But it's difficult to do. You know, there's kind of, if you're... Happy songs can be slightly banal, you know, but it's and you don't do it often. I mean, if you could do it all the time, it'd be great. But yeah, I managed to do it though.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
And Holy Mountain, you say.
No, that is banal.
But one of your favourite pieces of music ever.
Well, when we kind of got it's built. The flute thing is a sample from a record from the '70s, and my producer said, "What do you think of this?" And when I heard it going around, I thought, it's possibly the most annoying thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It's going to be a hit, you know. And he said, do you think we'll be able to get a song out of it? And I was like, if it kills me, I'll get songs and finish them and then go to the studio and we pick the best songs and that's it. And you know where you're going and you aim for it and you do your best. But with this one, my producer, David Holmes, hello, David, wherever you are, you'll be on there somewhere in Northern Ireland. He said, let's just write it in the studio. So the main difference of that was that any time I did anything that was starting to remotely sound like Oasis or High Flying Birds, he'd stop me and say, well, you've done all that. Let's try something slightly more annoying.
Get the flute out again.
And it ended up sounding quite different, you know. So, as a songwriter, you do lapse into lazy habits of you kind of lean on the things that you're known for.
Of course, yeah.
But you need kind of pushing sometimes in a different direction. You know?
And for you, you know, your whole career playing live is the holy grail, really.
Well, that's that's the payoff.
Yeah. So do you think about
it's
that?
literally the payoff these days.
Do you think about that payoff while you're writing?
No, I would generally treat the three things: writing, recording, and playing live as different things. I wouldn't, when I'm writing, I wouldn't think about how it's going to sound on record. You write the best that you can. And when you're in the studio, you're just trying to get out of the speakers what you've got in your head. Yeah. But then when you get on tour, it's only then that you know how good your songs are, because you're placing them beside other songs from the rest of your career.
And how good are they?
And how they're going to stand up, and you'll see what people are reacting to the best.
Yeah.
So the first few weeks of a tour can be pretty, not difficult, but they're kind of you're kind of working out what's going to work best in the set. But you only get to really know them after about 6-7 weeks, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for you then, it's very much about that kind of the audience. I mean, how competitive would you say you are with your music these days? Because back in the day, in the 90s, you know, Oasis, Blur, there was a lot of kind of good conflict there in the Britpop and the way that kind of music was going then. These days, you know, being knocked off the top spot by Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran. I mean, how bothered are you?
I've been trying to goad Sam Smith into a war of words. So. Unfortunately, people these days are so nice.
Is that the problem?
Oh, okay.
I'm telling you, I'll get him and Harry Styles.
So what, does that annoy you, the kind of clean-cut persona feels...
I tell you what they have got. I was doing the thing at Radio 1 the other week, and Sam Smith was there. Lovely lad. He had a bigger entourage than the Pope. Honestly, there's about 60 people with him. And I was like, wow, good God. I was there on my own.
Oh.
And
as you have done today, yes.
Yeah, but the current crop of pop stars, yeah, they're a bit clean cut and a bit nice. I mean, you know, bless them and all that. But in the 90s was a bloodbath, man. Seriously.
His eyes lighten up as he says bloodbath.
One Direction wouldn't have got to 11s. They'd have been done before lunch.
Brilliant.
Exciting times. Well, Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds album, Who Built the Moon, is out now.